And what a matchup for round number one. Round number two, hopefully going to deliver just as much. Omega Fury and Down B Queens going at it in just a moment. Alligator Saurus back at it. Joined in the booth by Money Magic. You saw him, what, a week ago? Coming back in. Money, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Feels good to be back in the booth. I got the call. I saw the bat signal in the sky, and I'm here to save the day.
It was great. He joined in. I was still singing my Swedish metal songs, and Cookies was joined by somebody that got to also mock me and server mute me while I sang to myself during the intermission. And just like all the other times that I sing, but it's good. It's all good, and it's all good in the hood when Money Magic's in the booth. Excited to have you back, my man.
Absolutely. So what do we got going on today? Twos, three? Like I said, I just kind of got the call.
That is true. We did get tagged. Sparky we're trying to get him in here, but was having a little trouble getting Sparky Jr. down to bed. So we got the backup. It's not a bat signal. We just throw wads of cash into the air, which Cookies doesn't give to me, but it is Money's like call sign. So you know what? It is. If I ever get lizards thrown into my front window, I will assume I'm wanted or hated. One of the two. But anywho, we got a tier 4 threes matchup coming up, Money. It's looking to be, I guess, a pretty good one. I mean, these are Switch matches, Swiss roundup, so it's always going to be the same overall coming on into it. But 2-1 versus 2-1, and 8-5 in game. Omega Fury versus a 7-5 Down B Queens.
I remember Omega Fury.
A good one. Yeah, no,
I casted their match. Yeah,
you did. But no, I'm excited for a good one, especially the previous match. I don't know how much if you're able to catch her now. We went to overtime 3 straight games to start the series, and then game 4 was just kind of a blow open. But it was something, and I rolled it solo, and yeah, I was dang near horse after that. But yeah, but no,
don't worry, you have me for at least 2% of the load.
2% of the load, and that's why I got that dad bod energy from carrying all these. And not because I'm just like overweight and I need to be strong. But that's true. There, I see the manager in the chat with the Pokemon cards. Cookies actually does have a lot of cards on his desk. I have seen the pictures. I just got like my Victini plush in the background. I do have my Game Boy on the back wall. You can't, or my DS, can't really see it on camera, but and he is bragging about having Evolution Funko Pops. I've never heard a grown man brag about Funko Pops before, so we all learn something new tonight, folks.
I don't even know what Funko Pops are, so I didn't learn anything.
I used to have them. They're kind of fun, but I think I have a Porg on my shelf back there. It's not on camera, but I got like the Lego Porg, the Funko Pop Porg, the little mini Lego Porg. I got a bunch of them, but I literally have the Lego ISS behind me as Cookies not getting on broadcast, so now he's laughing at me for having Lego. So, but no, just to keep folks updated, we are looking to get teams into the lobbies. We did get word from one of them that they're having some slight tech difficulties, so hopefully they're able to get it through soon. Hopefully able to get the match going. So, server is up, stuff is working. We're able to get money in, so that does help, but. Again, we'll have a little bit of a grace period here at the top of the hour when the match is slated to start. So, Kate got a new Star Wars Lego. Which one did you get, my friend? I've not gotten a Star Wars one in a while outside of like presents, but I do have I got one of the AT-ATs behind me. You can see it on camera. I got some nice good ones around. But Cookies are the Funko Pops. And now calling me out for being a nerd. That's just rude, my guy. You're volunteering my time and he's calling me a nerd. Try Kenobi Starfighter, let's go. I have like several versions of Kenobi's. I love that one. You pay me in friendship and it's priceless, which means I can't redeem it for anything, and rent costs money. So
Damn, that's a backhanded compliment I've ever heard in my life.
Nah, Cookies is a good dude. I do like being here with LOS champ, so any project that Cookies is on is always good to be attached to, so I can say that much ahead of time. But so but anywho, yeah, like I said, we're gonna wait for the teams to come on in. Cake, if that's the gift you got, the gift in response is a ring. So my now wife once gave me Legos, so you know, pay you in matches to cast. Nice. Yeah, no. Otherwise, Money, we're waiting for the match to start. How's it been since the last time we saw you on stream?
Busy.
Busy.
just busy. Like, I've literally, I don't know, man. 3 hours of sleep, great. Feels good, you know. I'm sure to feel that catch up to me right up in the next couple of hours. It's going to be great. Who knows, I might start talking more nonsense than I do already.
But if you can, like, make it rhyme or make puns, since you're on a broadcast, that just makes you a good caster. If you ever see the infamous Spaceman in the Rogue Overtime, where it went on for a while he was solo casting, if you've never seen it, you got to check it. It's something.
I'll have to look it up.
Exactly. Puns equals
Spaceman.
Beefnecks, I've been casting for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, and let me tell you, puns and references have, like, carried me through this entire thing. Like,
I mean, it's fun, you know, it's fun, it's different, and it breaks up, like, what you're doing, so I can see how that works.
But it does keep it different, it keeps it fun, and, you know, trying to work on having personality carrying through into the booth. It's really easy to get locked in on, like, the, trying to be, like, super professional and focused all the time. It's like, you gotta have fun. People are here for an enjoyable time, too.
You know, and I'm really glad you didn't get carried away there and said you're really, you know, because you said puns and carries you through. I'm really glad, and it really puts you up another peg on my board of people. You didn't say I'm a punny guy.
No,
okay?
That's beneath
I
me.
appreciate it. I appreciate
that's beneath me. I am a tall guy. A lot's beneath me. That's included.
Okay.
But I am on broadcast. In terms of references, I'm still rocking my pink shirt because on Wednesdays we wear pink, so can at least drop that reference for the other boomers in the chat. The mean girls. Mean girls.
I didn't get that reference at all.
Really?
No, I didn't. Of course you did, Cookies. You're old.
Yeah, old people.
I'm not a minor. I'm 30 years old.
Yeah, Cookies comms are not coming through to the chat, which makes it funny. I got you, Spectre.
Oh, I definitely can. You got me by a year. You're old. You're decrepit.
Nice kids, rise up. Let's go. Yeah, team said that they're gonna join, but we're not seeing anybody in yet. So question mark. Just kind of keep vamping while we go. So money, it's old money. We are gonna take a look just because we haven't seen too much yet. We are gonna throw it to a short break. We'll be back on within the next couple of minutes, either to let you know that the game's starting or to tell you it didn't happen. So we'll take a quick one. We'll be right back, folks. True to word, only needed a couple of minutes. We do have everybody in the lobby. Thank you, everybody, for your patience as we look to get the second matchup of the night underway. Once again, Alligator Source here with Money Magic. Omega Fury versus the Down B Queens. We're going to find out, will the Fury weather the storm or the Down B Queens? Is it a Pikachu? They're just going to Thunderbolt the whole way through and cheese their way to victory. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know anything. All I know is that this game is up to bat. We're in the Hot Wheels arena. By my request, you can blame me if anybody has a problem with it. Money Magic, take it away.
Well, the Hot Wheels arena is hot and ready, and the teams are fired up and ready to go, and they have been going at it for 10 seconds already, with early possession being in favor for Down B Queens. But 17 seconds in, there's nothing really to make of that so far. Lots of back and forth going on. The passing plays is coming out early already for Omega Fury. I remember last week we saw a lot of that from them. Down B Queens with a play of their own, saved by Surf. Eagles, a shot, it's saved just narrowly by Shizo.
And they're coming out hot. I would really love to see the passing play, as you already alluded to it. We've seen them before, we've seen it again, we've seen some demos come out as well, but still scoreless here, 45 seconds through Money. It's been a very hot start. They've come out swinging.
I mean, we're week 4. Like we're past the halfway point of the seeding brackets. Like all these teams are going to be real comfortable with one another. Like they know exactly how they want to play. They know what they want to do, and they're going to push to make it happen at all costs. And we've seen that kind of already with both teams. But Down B Queens makes it happen first.
And the angle fart goal coming on in to start it off 69 seconds into the series to put them on the board first. So The real Clemson fan, you got what you wanted with a little cherry on top to keep it entertaining. We might get something quickly after, but Shizo getting it off to the side to keep that offense at bay for the moment.
Absolutely. Keeping them at bay is what they needed to do in that moment. Down B Queens is looking to make a second goal with a high pop towards the mid. It is put to the side by Shizo. It's an open net. It's off the side post. Bit of a pinch action here. Lots of danger in the Omega Fury's half right now. They need to get it clear out and push forward. Shizo goes for a pinch. It's middle to OM for the shot. Touched once more by Shizo. What a passing play.
Beautiful connection coming out. It was awkward for the moment. Two players up on that sideline, but that challenge coming in from Zuden proving to be unfortunate for the Down B Queens. An excellent passing play, excellent shot to get us all tied up. And Money, you said earlier, the players know what they want. They're comfortable and they've known each other. That also generally means we're going to continue to see these very back and forth matches. Would not be too surprised to see a lot of one-goal games, if not outright overtimes.
Oh, the sweat is going to be rolling down their faces, down their hands, anywhere that it could possibly roll. It's going to be there because, you know, everybody's here to win right now. Lots of mid-air challenges coming through. A little bit, it's not really wanting to go too much of play. Surf on the back wall, keeps the ball to himself. Good possession. It's off Dongo in the corner, looking to keep this in their possession now. It goes nearly over OM. Bit of a 50 coming out into the corner of the Omega Fury's half. Shizo, big punch out the sidewall. Dongo takes it over the top of him. Zuden, can he find the man mid? It's a touch out, it's a shot, and it's off the crossbar. With an immediate answer by Shizo, pushing this high through the air, off the backboard, and towards the net of Down B Queens.
Just after the midway point, still tied, but nice trading in on offensive pushes, a little bit more possession coming in from Omega Fury, but when Down B Queens have the ball, they really have been pushing on it, trying to get that offense going. It's slowed down a little bit. Surf Like Tide was going to try to get that drop down over to OM, but it's saved by Zuden. Right place, right time, stops on a dime. He's going to try to get something more with that empty tank, but OM going for the reset angle, Fart getting the save, making it happen on both offense and defense, but the Surf Like Tide is going to cut through and going to give the lead to Omega Fury in the back half of game one.
The minor shift of pace you noted. They both realize they're both very equally matched when they're both being extremely aggressive, right? And they're trying to see what else each team is trying to see what else they can get away with. They can get away with that demo. And they're just trying to see what works and what doesn't. It's game one. There's games to win. There's games to lose. We got plenty of time. That's what these players are looking for is another goal by Omega Fury. It's cut short by Zuden. OM on the ball. Can he make a conversion towards the net? It's a little bit, doesn't exactly do what he wants, but he's okay with that. Surf needs to get the challenge on Zuden. Zuden 50s wildly to the corner. Surf, high and mid. Dongo on the touch, puts it mid. Is there a shot? Ingle, one more. He's still up for it. Narrowly stopped by Surf. Dongo, passing off the high wall back to the midfield. Shizo, again on the denial.
OM might have something to go here, Money, and OM is actually going to get the dunk on the angle. To set it up, and it felt like they were pinned back on defense for so long, and as soon as they flipped the script, they're able to march right down angle, valiantly up for it, but ultimately not enough.
Lots of very up in the field, just high up, a lot of passes coming mid right now. Like just a lot of aerial work coming in for these attempts, and it kind of became a stalemate there near mid. It just kind of kept going back and forth, you know, like every half field, it just kind of kept going back and forth. That just computers on it, playing a game of Pong, not Rocket League at that point. But Pong it is. Does he get the read? Shizo, he gets it off the backboard. Plenty of time. Beautiful touch. And a fourth goal for Omega Fury.
Another one set up where it just ended up pinching off of a challenge from one of the Down B Queens players, and it's a challenge that isn't bad by any means. You just end up seeing these awkward pinches coming off and the vector working out perfectly for Omega Fury. There's a reading on it and able to get the read. And Money, you used the word stalemate a bit ago, and I do agree with it, but it has been hardly that since the tide has begun to break. I don't know if Surf Lag Tide is lagging out because once you got past it, I mean, they've really been blowing it up here at the back end of the game.
Absolutely. At this point, the tide is out, and ships are not allowed to sail any further. We got a 3-goal lead, sorry, pardon my French. In game 1, the ball is still up. No matter what happens, we have a game 1 win for Omega Fury. Down B Queens just looking to get a second goal of their own, and it drops dead.
I was just trying to think what number was French, but, you know. The tide is coming out. The cat sank cease. That only means 4, 5, 6 in French. That's not a reference. But it does lead to the Omega Fury win. So, no, they absolutely blow it up at the end. A lot of pressure and a lot of aggression coming out from it. Just taking a quick look at the stats. I mean, more shots, more saves, more assists. They really did. And the first half, so close, so tied up between these guys. And then it just ended up blowing up. I really think that once Omega Fury, they got that lead, they were able to keep that pressure up, and Down B Queens, they just couldn't keep up. They're going to have to get a nice reset, nice regain here in game 2.
Personally, I think it's going to be all about converting off your defensive foot to the offensive stance. And once we figure that out, both teams, like, the biggest important thing for them has been their ability to rotate into offense and not get caught midfield, because we've seen if they get caught midfield, it becomes a coin flip as to who's going to end up getting possession.
Oh, absolutely. And that's once you figure out who's going to win, if they keep playing the way that they're going and you start getting that lead established, it does feel like this could be a series where, if you've ever been to like the Formula or the Indy 500, where somebody gets in the lead like midway through, and unless something horrific happens, they tend to win. That's kind of what we got in game 1. So down in Aquadome, though, we'll find out if 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea might make it a little bit different here for the Down B Queens. They're the Down C Queens, potentially. But anywho, enough of that dumb reference, dumb jokes. Angle fart to the air. He's looking to try to follow it up and get something early here for this Orange crew. What a bump!
Ooh. You called it. What a bump! Absolutely, yes, sir. Good vision from Ingle to just take OM out of the equation for the opening goal. That's, wow, good vision. You can't ask much more.
I love bump plays on the goal line. I know most people don't. I love it so much because it's just so much more than just like the mechanical skill. It's awareness to go for it and understanding that, like, yeah, you're going to go out of rotation a little bit, but it is so recoverable compared to other rotational shifts you can make.
Oh, absolutely. Roll-throughs, rotational demos, whatever you want to call them, they're the easiest to recover from, but not that shot. That shot went right over the top of the last defender for Down B Queens, and it is scored by your man, Surf Lag Tide.
And puts it over Dongo, too, so maybe returning a little bit. Says, hey, you got one on us, I got one over you. We got ourselves to a tied game, and faster scoring goals than we saw in game 1, too. Might not be the necessarily cleanest ones. I still love that demo, or that bump. A great look from Surf Lag Tide. So he's got the home field advantage. I don't know if OM does, neither does Shizo, but Omega Fury do have the lead. A great team play coming out. Dongo trying to clear it off, but OM up early and says, oh my God, I got an opportunity here, boys.
What an opportunity that became. Top 90 of all places to put that ball. 2-1, 4 minutes left, just under. Surf trying to take it over towards the corner. He's got ball, leaves it. A little bit awkward. Shizo doesn't give any sort of time. Goes for the bump across the backboard. Very aggressive tactics from Omega Fury. They're trying to eliminate the defender that is in their way. Looking to extend this lead. Another shot goes wide. Keeping the pressure on OM. Another pass towards the mid. Pushed off by Dongo. Surf off the sidewall. Once again, a melee of attacks. Ingle looking to give them some breathing room. A pass towards the mid. OM says, we're not done with you just yet. A little bit of a double commit. Zuden pushes it off. Surf. Bit of a mistouch. OM clears it over. Dongo. It's the midfield trap once again, Gator.
And it's starting to work out. OM is actually going to go and run amok on defense. Shizo could slow it down and pick his poison. He decided to pick a goal instead. I just had to take another look at that. OM did get the bump on the ankle fart, and Zuden had to slow down. He saw his teammate cutting across, and you don't want to double up lest something go behind you, but you ultimately get a bump like that, and you open it up. Suddenly, opening up again, this time in the front half of game number 2. Surf Flag Tide goes from high, and he will get caught out by Engelfart. Surf Flag Tide might be on home advantage, but he's turning into a Riptide with how quick he's cutting onto this back end, making it real dangerous for the defense. It'll be a turn on offense here for the Down B Queens as they try to get something going, but the pinch is going to go against them instead. Surf Flag Tide catching up and extending the lead up 4-1.
Absolutely. This is what we saw a week ago. This ships, right? A lot of aggression, lots of bumps, lots of demos from Omega that we kind of expected. But what I'm eager to see is what Down B Queen's response to this is going to be. It's not the end of the world being down 3 with 2 minutes and 43 left, right? It's not the end of the world. You know, you can get that back. But if you're going to start doing it, you need to do it soon. The time is now to start it.
Once you can get that first goal going too, you just get that momentum building. And even if you can kind of survive offensive pushes like that, they didn't get the ball back, but you can start seeing misses starting to come out from Omega Fury. You can kind of take advantage of it, but you got to send it back the other way. 5-1 just after halftime. Hot take money. I'm starting to believe that Aquadome might not be the place for the Down B Queens. They got time to prove me wrong, but an excellent start here for Omega Fury.
Absolutely. That was literally, it was just a constant wave of attack, just one after another. Every time, every shot, there's less boost on Down B Queen's half, and the chance of a shot going in just goes up and up and up until it's just too much for them to handle on that last one that ended up getting scored. A little bit of awkwardness. The ball was killed in front of Omega Fury's goal and luckily cleared to the side. A very high shot coming out from Zuden. Narrowly misses top 90 disaster for Omega Fury. Dongo. Waldo himself boosts. Chooses to leave it for Engel. Engel, can you be our hero? OM puts it to the corner. Goes back in front of the half. Oh my! And there it is. Just when their time is needed, his name has been called. It's Zuden to bring Down B Queens to their second goal.
All 3 players committing one after another for Omega Fury. I don't know if it was just an overconfidence issue or what, but something that you might not want to make it too much of a habit of. So you're going to want to continue and push on and not give up to anything. But they still have a minute and a half here with a 3-goal lead. We'll see if the Down B Queens can wrap it back, but I mean, to your point earlier, Money, there was just so much pressure coming in from Omega Fury. Even when the shots were missed, they were rebounding back. It was like flubber bouncing around, for another old movie reference.
There it is.
But it was just being collected from Omega so well, and they're able to keep that pressure on even when it looks like they should cede possession quickly.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, it's the old adage, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. It definitely works in this game called Rocket League. This could work right here. A bit of a passing play high in the air towards Omega Fury's half. Read out the corner. Shizo taking the ball for himself. Dongo finally gets the misread. He was hanging out, trying to get the pre-jump on him. Bit of a coming together on Down B Queens there. OM, high, off the wall. Can he find the attacker mid? It's high, it's there, and it's just wide. A little bit just...
You said if at first you don't succeed, try again. Well, as my dad told me, if at first you don't succeed, try again, but have some awareness, you're making a fool of yourself. You gotta change something up. You can't do the same thing over and over and try to find something out. That was not a joke, he told me that. I was too young to hear it. But 5-2, I mean, Omega Fury, they've just been finding ways to control the ball. They've had this possession so long, and the bumps, everything has just been so solid for them so far. And Down B Queens, I mean, they're going to have to mix it up, and I don't know if it's just going to be the clarity of the touches, trying to get some bumps, trying to keep it out of harm's way. I don't know, but Omega Fury are just getting every touch that they want.
Absolutely. Speaking of clarity of touches, it's like a little bit there, but Shizo, absolutely no fog in his camera. He's there, and he gets the goal. This 6-1 for Omega Fury thus far. 8 seconds left. This game, the writing is on the wall for this round with 5 seconds ticking away. Omega Fury are looking to stop them from getting a goal for themselves, narrowly off the crossbar. One more, one for the road. It's not so, gentlemen. Omega Fury takes the game.
Look, the writing's on the wall, but it doesn't matter if you can't read. Sometimes you just got to come charging in and ignore what happened before. Down B Queens are going to have to reverse sweep to get the win. We've seen it. We have seen reverse sweeps on the stream before, but it is going to be a difficult one. I mean, Omega Fury, they're just playing so well. It's I gotta ask though, Money, if you're looking at it, what do you think Down B Queens have to do? They have 40 seconds now to talk it out. What do you think they have to change?
So right now, what they need to be talking about is how do we get out of our defensive half once Omega Fury starts sinking their teeth in? Because time and time again, we've seen them, they can hold them decently at midfield, but as soon as it crosses into their half, the pressure, the bumps, the just immediacy, the almost like clockwork rotational attacks from Omega Fury just starts, it's just unrelenting. So they have to talk about how they are not going to be kept in that spot.
I think that's fair, and I think that's right on the money. If I'm going to be honest, they got to find the way to get out of it, because once they start giving up that pressure, it's so difficult to get out of, and just the build up, it gets hard. There's no real other way to say it. So we'll see if they're able to do it. I'm going to make sure everybody can join in here in the lobby. It looks like we may have dropped a player in the in-between, so we do have a connection issue. We're going to try to get the players reconnected here as Forbidden Temple awaits us to see if the series is going to end in a sweeper. We'll go a little bit longer, and Zuden is back. And Money, honestly, I would love to see the bounce back coming in here from the Down B Queens. I would love to see at least a game number 4. One of the storylines that I like. I mean, I really like seeing regains. I like seeing bounce backs after a bit of a drubbing, and now is going to be the opportunity to start that.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen it. Down B Queens, when they are on offense, they are capable of scoring, and they are capable of being very dangerous. It's just Omega Fury is able to keep themselves on a flip reset coming out from Surf. This man is definitely trying to show up and show out every game. He's been in at least one of the goals every round thus far. A little bit of an awkwardness coming out between him and Shizo there, but it's quickly resolved through the air. Dongo. Almost a goal, an opening goal, that being for Down B Queens, but it is saved just in time. Surf trying to move this ball quickly and confidently down the field. A bump maybe, it just misses on Dongo. That was close. High through the air, off the backboard, and no one's quite there for the read. It is put off to the side, just luckily so. More fire and fury in every start of these matches. I'm loving it. Absolutely no chill with the heat of the demo on the goal line either. These teams are absolutely... One of them is going to jail for assault after this.
I don't know if we can really press charges too much. I mean, we have the video footage. It could be anybody behind those screen names. So, we gotta temper expectations. But no, the aggression's coming out. The physicality right off the bat. I mean, we're getting a demo in, but already some bumps galore coming out from these squads, and some shots coming in. The defense holding strong about 90 seconds in. Almost one from Shizo there, but Dongo picking up the saves. 5 saves in 90 seconds. A Rule 1 broken up immediately. Dongo just diving in like a dingo, trying to get some free food. Doesn't get the demo. Brings us back to a 3v3.
That's a big shot and an opening goal from Down B Queens. He saw the opening. Zuden, the man, the myth, the legend, once again finds his calling, and it is a bounce out of bottom 90 to top mid.
The calling was that far post saying, hey, I'm going to help you out this time. I've been mercurial. I get it. You can't trust me. The game's been out for years, and yet the behavior feels like it's never consistent. But right now, I got you, and he listened to the call, and he rose up to get it, and then Shizo's going to set up OM immediately to get that tie game right back.
Hey, tit for tat. I mean, it's what you need. Can't. Right now, Omega Fury is looking to close this out. They want this, right? And they need to stop any sort of gains that Down B Queens think they're going to get out of this. And if that means immediately answering a goal every time, then that's just what it's going to have to be. But I digress, right? We've seen a lot of this. We're going to see more. The physicality is at an all-time high between these teams right now. OM with an early shot, stopped by Zuden, the man himself once again. No boost in the tank, touch off the wall. Ingolfar is there to continue the pressure. Shizo popping it towards mid. Is it a shot? It's another touch to himself. Surf, a demo onto Surf from Zuden. Absolutely. Get the fire crews on standby. The flame retardant grass can only stand so much of this. Zuden back to the corner. Surf lag. Maybe a little bit more control. He gets the control he wants, looking for the setup. He's off the ceiling. Dongo says, No, sir. It's a passing play. It's stopped by OM. Another shot. OM can't be there again. And Dongo gets the second goal for Down B Queens.
Angle for it. Great touch. OM trying to get it out, but Dongo there to slam it home and get that lead back. Down B Queens looking a little different. And the physicality of this game so far, Money, at the halfway point of game number 3, we've seen 3 bumps coming out from Omega Fury, or 3 demos. They had 50 bumps in half a game. 50. That's how physical they've been with cutting back through. But they're getting there on the side of Down B Queens, but they also have the lead, so they're going to play how they want, and they're going to absorb the bullying. They're going to try to fight back and try to throw that bit of an uppercut to the people who have been kind of shoving their heads into the toilet for a little bit, and they're looking real good here with less than 2 minutes to go in game number 3, a resurgent Down B Queens, but they're going to have to close this one out.
Absolutely. 1:40. That is how long the Down B Queens has to hold on to this lead or extend their lead by. And right now they're a little bit on the defensive, a little bit awkward, and even though it went into the blue half there, it's a large and in charge, it's a shot, and it just narrowly misses. Again, once more pushed out to the side. Sir, a little bit of a misread to push that ball back towards the mid. Shizo tries to take out the defender. He jumps for it, but misses. Shizo for the tie-up in this potential 3-0.
He does it solo, and it just comes up on that challenge. It didn't get the cleanest look at it to see if he made contact with Zuden or not, but either way, it doesn't really matter. That aggression working out, and high game. And this is not something that Omega Fury have really dealt with in this series, and as I recall, they really didn't deal with it much last week either. They did not. In fact, I just double-checked my notes, so we'll see if they can get this comeback here late. That might be the start of it, and it will be. OM, 2 seconds less than 60 to go, and a great catch in the mid, spins it around, gives it enough juice to send it down.
Great control. He absolutely saw what he needed. Got the control touch, the touch over the last defender with it, and it went exactly where it needed to, and it's exactly where Omega Fury wants it to go. In their net, and in their net this goes! Good lord! Surf Flag with the completion of an aerial passing play. OM sets it up beautifully. Surf says, I got you. OM leaves the ball, and an absolute clanger at 116 kPa.
And I'm not gonna lie, Money, I dropped my pen, and I bent down to pick it up, and I looked up and I saw a replay starting. I had no clue what happened. What a beautiful play to get that 2-goal lead back. And Engelfart and Zuner are gonna try to get something going here, but just a great push by Omega Fury here late in the game to try to bring it back, trying to set up the sweep and end it on Forbidden Temple. As OM's going to get over to Shizo, they're just going to play keep away at this point, I'd imagine, trying to pepper that back wall, trying to shake it up, see if they can find something more, but the meal just about ready. 20 seconds left on the oven timer, and they can feast for the evening.
Absolutely. But you can't have your desserts just yet. That was nearly a goal on Omega Fury, so they definitely have to wait for this oven to get cooked. It's basically their demos, clearing out any hope of a counterattack. Maybe it's high out the corner. All they can do is tie it up nearly by 1, but it's down for a 3-0 sweep for Omega Fury.
A really good bounce back there from Down B Queens in Game 3, and that's one of the ones that are almost a little bit more difficult as a viewer, even like as an analyst in any of this, because they play well. In Game 3. Game 3 is the problem, because Games 1 and 2, a little bit too far ahead and couldn't get it back. But still a hard-fought one. It does end with a sweep, and it does look like we're going to have an interview coming up. We got OM coming on into the booth to answer a couple of questions, and here he is. First of all, we got to say, like we do to everyone, congrats on the win.
Thank you, thank you.
So, a hard-fought one. You guys obviously very dominant in games 1 and 2, a 10-3 goal differential, then a closer game 3 where you got the lead late in it. Was there anything specific that you saw Down B Queens change up, or like what kind of brought it so much closer there in the third game?
I mean, they were just a lot more aggressive compared to the other ones, so like they weren't giving us as much time, but we just played even better, I guess, to adapt to it.
I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
The just straight up, all full on assault on Down B Queen's net. The just rotational attacks that just seem to go on for minutes at a time. Is that something you guys practice, or is it was just kind of there and you guys were just taking advantage of every bit of it?
Yeah, I mean that's just what we do. No matter like the team, we just like to play that way. We just like being aggressive. You know, get in their face, make them uncomfortable.
All right.
I do like one thing that we noticed last week while casting you guys, and we saw it again today. The passing plays. You guys have such great chemistry between each other, and I flick around. One of the things that's really nice about being here in the casting booth and not running prod is I can flash through camera settings as much as I want. You guys seem to find each other without even looking. I mean, like, how long have you been like playing with each other? What's the story? How much time gets put in? You guys seem to just click so well.
I mean, I've been teaming with Shiza for like it's about to be a year pretty soon, so there's already a chemistry there. And then Tide, I played with him before as well, but it's just a natural fit. Apart from the headset lag that he has like 20-second delay, but it's okay.
I'll say we're going to talk about the chemistry. I'm pretty sure the last goal we saw was between you and Shizo. If I'm not mistaken, Shizo took the shot. It was either Shizo or Surf Lag. The big aerial setup. We saw the moment that the shooter said, "I've got it," and you left that ball. Absolutely beautiful. Like, do you guys practice a lot of, like, we see you guys on the ground with passing. You guys sort of practice the in-air passing plays as well.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
right.
yeah, we just like doing that. It's just like much better, at least for me anyways. I like passing. I call myself the enabler, but so that's what I do.
I love that. I also love to be kind of like the midfield type guy, and it's like setting up your teammates to just dime it up it's always such a good feeling.
Yeah, it's satisfying.
But he gets a front row seat to the destruction.
That's true. You get to watch. But no, it was a really good one. Again, congrats on the win. It was close to you guys being able to pull it off last week, but you get it this week in a sweep. But very happy to have you in the booth. The floor is yours. Anybody you want to shout out here?
Obviously, shout out my teammates. We did like a replay review to like go over all of our mistakes from the last week, and we cleaned it up. So yeah, shout out Omega as well, the org. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
There we go. Proof that replay review works. As much as people don't like to do it, myself included. But
the proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding. So again, congrats on the win, picking up in a sweep and fighting back a very furious comeback in game number 3 and a resurgent Down B Queens. But again, solid effort. Congrats on the dub.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, cool. And folks, that series may have ended early, but that does not mean that we will here at LOS Champs. We got another series coming up at the top of the hour. It's going to be a Tier 7 twos match. Touchy Uncles are on the orange, which is going to be an interesting one to call. But Money, who do we have in the blue squad coming up in this last match? I believe you know these guys pretty well.
Oh, absolutely. I have some of my own, my very own. I am a player for Latin 7, and we have a Latin 7 team playing at the top of the hour. It is none other than Latin 7 creators. This is a duo that has decided to pick up playing on the field a bit instead of just kind of doing content creating for the group and whatnot and casting. They've also decided to see what the other side of the pillow feels like, right? And yeah.
Well, it should be good. And so, folks, it's going to start at the top of the hour. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a good one. I always enjoy casting the lads, but we are going to throw it to a break as we get the next match all set up and go get some water and refill on our end too. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after a short break.